Hey guys, what's happening? I'm over here at the dump. It's about 11:30 a.m. and I've been here for about half an hour, and that lady is here working, but I still went in and I found a couple of cool items. I found this bag of Wii stuff right here, and it says that it needs sensor but does work, and it's a Wii and it's got a bunch of controllers and stuff in it, so not a bad deal. Alright guys, so I just took the Wii out of the bag because I wanted to see what all was in it. It looks like there's this Wii console with a copy of Dora Saves the Snow Princess. Looks like there's two genuine controllers, a Nyko controller, third genuine controller. These usually sell for like 10-15 bucks a piece. There's like three nunchucks here, but I'm not sure if they're all Wii. I'm going to have a look at that. Got this little Nerf steering wheel for Mario Kart. Looks like it's actual Wii branded, so Wii Nerf. Another cool thing that was in the bag was this Samsung DVD TV remote, and it looks like one recently sold for like 25 bucks, so a little bonus. I also found this set over in the book section. It's a Thomas the Tank Engine collector's box, the Railway series. When I looked it up, it looks like these were selling for between $30 and $50. And, you know, this one's got some condition issues, but I'm hoping I can still make a couple bucks. When I was in there, that lady was talking to another citizen about the whole 3-item thing. She just can't seem to let that go. I think she might have been doing it for my benefit, and also for my benefit, I think she might have been talking about I can't stand a liar, a thief, and a cheat. But what she doesn't know is I got everything on record. Well, at the very least, it looks that way anyway. I didn't say a word to her. Usually when I don't like somebody, I usually just try to avoid them at all costs. I've got a little bit of a temper, and I try to suppress that whenever I can, and I found that the best way to do that is just to avoid certain situations, which is exactly what I'm doing. Luckily, the volunteers only work 2 hours at a time. Otherwise, it might be a little bit more of a problem. I did notice that where they used to have the book Gaylord, it's no longer a Gaylord. Now it's a book drop box, locked. So I don't know really what's going on with that. They might be trying to acquire more valuable books, keep them for themselves. I'm not really sure. Maybe the people that were buying the Gaylord was like, hey, there's nothing good in here anymore. Not that I found a whole lot of great stuff in there anyway, but I don't know. I'm not going to lose my cool about it because there's always going to be stuff to find out here. You just have to wait around sometimes for it. So I'll probably hang out till about 2 or so, and then I'll go home and work on my listings. If anything interesting happens between now and then, I'll get on here and let you guys know. Hey guys, I'm back here at the house. I'm just kind of hanging out. It's about 2 o'clock and it's pretty sunny out today. And it's not quite as windy as it was yesterday. I did pick up a few more items on the second trip today. I didn't find a whole lot, but there was this little Sense MP3 player that got put out. I think this is only a 2 gig. There was this pair of Sony headphones, but I'm probably going to end up keeping these because it looks like they've been glued. And I don't think they'll have much resale value. I don't think these are very good anyway. I found this little book up there, and it looks like in pre-owned condition, this book sells for about $20. And then the last thing I found was this Mandolin Slicer. This one is made in France by a company called Braun. The comps seem to be all over the place with this, but I think I should be able to get at least 30 bucks plus shipping for it. I think that was pretty much everything I found over there today. As you guys know, I've actually had worse days at the thrift store before. There was a little more drama out there today, and I wasn't feeling too good about it. When that lady finally left, it was around 12:15, and I think I waited about 10 or 15 more minutes, and then I walked inside. And there was another lady that I've seen out there a couple of times. I've always had a pretty good rapport with her. She's always been kind to me, but today she was like, hey, you've been in here today, right? I was like, yes. And she's like, do you know about the new rule? I said, no, what's the new rule? And she pointed over at the large sign. So I guess the DN went and complained to the supervisor out there and probably pestered him to draw up that big sign. And I was feeling a little bit on edge about the whole thing, so I said, hey, is this like some type of new law? Or she's like, well, I'm not really sure. It's just, you know, something I guess they just came out with. And I was a little bit pissed off because in my mind, I could actually see this lady standing around and talking to the other lady that came in this afternoon and talking about what a shitty person I am and blah, blah this and blah, blah that. because how else would she have known I've already been there today? So I guess my frustration kind of just erupted, and I said, hey, I got my camera on, and I'm just going to do some recording out here. So she was like, I don't appreciate that, and you're not allowed to do that anyway. You have to have my permission. And I was like, and that kind of put me on alert because I know the rules for recording in public. And so I told her, this is public property, so you could do that. And so she said, you know, that's very mean of you. I've never been nothing but nice to you. And I thought about it for a second. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. You've always been nice to me. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put it in my pocket. And I won't even use it. So I guess she was upset about it. So she walked away. She came back about 10 minutes later. And I really felt bad because I wasn't trying to be mean to her. I was just basically trying to protect myself. You know, some things have been said, and I don't know what's going on. People are talking about me. I basically told her, I said, listen, I'm trying to gather evidence for a defamation lawsuit. And she said, you know, sometimes you should just ignore people. They come with their own set of problems. And, you know, just sometimes it's easier just to, you know, ignore them. And then she said, I think I know who you're talking about. Was it the lady that was here before me? And I was like, yes. So she told me, you know, some people are just in a lot of pain and suffering, and they're not good with people. And so you just kind of, sometimes better just to ignore them. I said, you know, you're probably right. And she told me, you know, maybe it's best not to even, you know, come in when she's here. And I said, well, you know, what I do is I usually just come in and walk around for a minute, and I don't even say a word to her. But I told her, I said, you're absolutely right. And I actually told the lady, I said, you know, the way that she's been treating me and talking about me behind my back, calling me probably cheapskate and, I don't know, thief, or I don't know, whatever she's calling me. I said it hurt me, you know, because I try to be a nice guy to people, and she actually told me, I know you're a nice guy. And I told her that I really appreciate that. So I think what happened was the frustration from the first lady kind of spilled over to the second lady, and she really didn't deserve that treatment. I wasn't really trying to be mean to her. I was really only trying to flex my rights, but it really made me think about that. You know, I don't have any problem with any of the volunteers out there except for that one lady. This is actually a new experience for me. I can't recall ever actually being broken down by a person. So I guess my advice would be to try not to take out your frustration on somebody that probably doesn't even deserve it. Because from what I gather about lady number 2 out there today was she probably came in and lady number 1 was probably standing around and gossiping and everything. And the second lady was probably not liking any of it. But in my mind, I saw the two of them going back and forth and picking on Josh, and it was bothering me. So I guess it's important not to jump to conclusions, and I know sometimes that can be a little bit of a problem for me, but I'm definitely trying. So I figured I would just share that little story with you guys. As far as the sign that says you can only take 3 items per day, I'm probably going to have to get a little bit creative with that, but I have a feeling that most volunteers probably won't be too excited about enforcing it, so we'll just have to see. I'm really not too worried about it, though. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go check on Mr. K, and I asked him, I said, hey, how many more times are we going to mow the lawn this year? And he said like 6 or 7, but he was just being a funny guy. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you in a bit. Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. It's around 9:30 a.m., and I'm a little bit behind this morning, so I'm trying to get some orders packed up. I figured I'd show you guys what sold between yesterday and today. The first item that sold was this part off of a Panasonic vintage food processor. I picked up the entire food processor at the Salvation Army for $1. They're having some kind of sale, and I got a great deal on it. I ended up selling just this part for $17.95 with free shipping. I picked up this vintage Presto percolator at that Catholic church indoor yard sale about a month or 2 ago. I can't remember if it was $1 or $3. I listed it just yesterday, and it sold for $24.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. And the last thing that sold was this set of MSR camping cooking dishes. I had it up there for $20, but I took a best offer of $15 plus shipping because it had a little bit of damage. So that's all I've got going out this morning. I need to get this stuff packed up, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so I've run into a little bit of a problemo, okay? Do you see that DeWalt box right up there. I got that at the dump back in the springtime, and the problem is back during the springtime I didn't have all of this stuff, so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this, but wish me luck, guys, because this is gonna be a real chore. Frick. Okay, alright, you bastard. You're coming with me, you. You are coming with me. Alright, I think I got it, guys. Alright, guys, what do you think about this hack job here, huh? 2 large priority mailing boxes cut up into pieces and wrapped with bubble wrap over that case. I may not do this again, but you never know. A buck is a buck, right? Alright, let me get a label on this box. Talk to you guys in a bit. Hey, how's it going? It's Wednesday night. I did about half an hour of product photography. I'm not going to list anything tonight, but I'll probably do some listing tomorrow night. I'm probably going to take my weekly excursion to the Salvation Army tomorrow. Last time I went was Wednesday, so I'm hoping I could find a little something tomorrow. I do have 4 items going out for tomorrow morning. I went ahead and got them so that I don't have to go searching around for them in the morning time. So I figured I'd show you guys what they were. I sold this vintage Vhs index card box. It looks like it might be from the 70s or 80s. It's in overall good condition. I believe I paid around $2 for this at the Salvation Army. And it sold via global shipping for $14.95 plus shipping. This is a little bowl for a Cuisinart mini food processor. I listed this last week and it sold for $11.95 with free shipping. I picked up this Dymo 450 Turbo over at the Salvation Army. I probably got it about a month or 2 ago. I saw her put it out and immediately knew what it was, so I went ahead and snatched it up. I think it was $4 or $5 minus discount. It does have body damage, so it doesn't properly close anymore. But it does work fine. I tested it and it prints out labels. I ended up selling it for parts or repair, and the buyer paid $49.95 plus shipping. I sold this box of Gerber Legendary Blades. They're steak knives. The box does have some heavy wear and tear. The knives also show some heavy wear and tear as well, but these are actually pretty expensive knives. I probably could have got a little more money for them, but there's some pitting and there's also some damage to the material. Pretty much it's disintegrating, but a buyer still wanted them. The buyer ended up paying $35 plus shipping, and they're going to Walpole State Prison, Unit J. I'm just kidding. I think it was about 2 weeks ago when I found all of those course CDs and books at the dump. Come to find out, all of the DVDs have their matching book, so I went ahead and took photos of everything, and I'm going to probably try to list them tomorrow. I also took pictures of this Holy Bible. And if you ever sell a Bible like this, you probably want to make sure that you include a photo, of the person's name if it's in there, because this could be a deal breaker for some people, but I think somebody will still buy it. I also took photos of this lovely massager that I picked up at the dump. It's a nice looking massager, but it does have some condition issues. It has some splits in it, but I think this is still going to do all right. Whenever you're selling something, you always want to make sure that you're taking a 3rd or 4th look over the item. You want to make sure you find any possible issues or flaws. That way there's less of a chance to have a problem later on with a customer. And don't be shy about spending a couple extra minutes on an item. Over the past 7 or 8 years that I've been doing this, I've probably only had a handful of returns for actual item not as described. I mean, sometimes people use that item not as described for the wrong reason, but I believe the more details, the better. Anyway, folks, I think I'm going to go lay down because I am tired, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning. I'm over here at the light table. It's about 8 o'clock, and I'm just kind of enjoying some hot coffee. I believe this is number 3. I forgot to put in a request last night for a mail pickup. So I just messaged my friend Richard and said, hey man, I've got 6. Please come and get them. So hopefully he does. I sold 2 items overnight that I need to get packed up, and I wanted to show you guys what those were. The first item that sold was this pack of 10 vintage floppy disks. I think I got these at the Salvation Army for about $2, and they sold for $14.95 with free shipping. I got this ice cream scoop with a bunch of other small things at one of those indoor garage sales over in Brattleboro. I think I probably have like 50 cents into it, and it sold for $17.95 with free shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff packed up, and then I'll probably be heading out to the Salvation Army. I want to try to get there when they open the store at 10, because I'm hoping I can find some goodies today. And then I'll probably hit the dump later on, but I'll probably end up going later because, well, you guys know. Anyway, guys, hold the fort down, and I'll be back shortly. Well, hello, and good evening. I'm happy you could come hang out with me tonight. It's Thursday night. It's about 11:15 p.m. and I'm just kind of over here at the light table, and I'm looking at some of the items that I got today. Today was actually a pretty relaxing day. I ended up going out to the Salvation Army. I walked around there for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I found a few things. It wasn't crazy, but there were a few good things there. I think I spent like 28 bucks out there, and then I shot over to the More Than a Thrift, and I found a few items there as well. And then I shot over to the local dump, but I waited until that lady wasn't working so that I, didn't have to put up with any kind of negativity today. I just wasn't feeling it today. So, all in all, it ended up being a pretty good day. So let me show you guys what I found. The first thing I got was this Oxo Jar Opener. This was somewhere around 50 cents, and they sell brand new for between $12 and $15. I'm pretty sure I could put this up for between $10 and $12, free shipping, and sell it. I found these two vintage kitchen knives. They got a really nice look to them. They look like they're probably from maybe the 70s. They remind me a lot of those old Mac knives, which I just sold one of those recently. I looked them up on eBay, and it looks like a set of 4 of these sold for about 50 bucks. I think I could still get about 15 to 20 a piece for these. I paid 85 cents a piece. I found this vintage Radio Shack recorder. I don't usually pick these up anymore because they usually don't have a lot of value. And I looked it up, and it looked like one recently sold for about 50 bucks. I ended up paying $3.40 for this. I'm not really sure if it works or not. Alright, so I don't think this thing works properly. It keeps on pausing a lot during the play cycle, so maybe it's a bad tape. I'll have to try to play with it a little more. But whenever I see these things, I'm always hooked on them, but usually they're never any good. So we'll have to see. I've got some other blank tapes. I picked up this vintage Panasonic pencil sharpener over at the Salvation Army. I found plenty of Panasonic sharpeners over the years. I've never found this one. I thought it would actually be worth a little bit more money. Like, I thought this might be like a $50 one, but it looks like they're only selling for like $20. And this one has a little damage, so maybe a little bit less. I paid $2.55 for it. I should be able to make something though, if it works. I found this stainless steel Crux coffee grinder. I tested this and it works fine. I paid $2.55 for it, and it looks like they sell for about $30 shipped. I'm not sure if I should have got these or not. They're made by a company called Atomic, and they're some type of like shoes that you use for skiing. I couldn't find these online, but I did see some other ones that had sold for like a best offer from $50. They're in really good shape, so I think, they'll probably sell for something. I paid $8.50 for them, so I don't know how much I can get for them. Hopefully I can make at least 30 bucks plus shipping. I found this Vhs Box Set over at the Salvation Army as well. I actually found this in the free pile today. A couple of them are actually still sealed in the original plastic. I'm not sure how much this will actually sell for. Maybe I can get 20, 25 plus shipping. I think somebody might find this interesting. And last but certainly not least, I found this bad boy over there today at the Salvation Army. When I was walking by and I saw this, I was like, no way. This is a high-end CB radio from kind of way back in the day. Back in the 90s, I actually had this model. It's the DX33. This is a really nice CB radio. The guy was telling me that the person that donated it said he never even used it. I'm not sure if this will get sold or not. I ended up paying $8.50 for it, and it looks like even now they sell for upwards of $150 to $200. I saw one that sold for parts or repair for $150, so these definitely have some good collectible value. So after that, I shot over to the More Than a Thrift. I found this vintage Xylis cheese grater. It was only $1. I typically sell these for about $10 to $12 plus shipping. I don't think Xylis is actually around anymore. I think Pampered Chef bought them up. I found 3 of these outdoor Rubbermaid utility hooks. These were $2 a piece, and I saw comps for between $11 and $22. So I'm not really sure how much I can get for them. It looks like 2 are sealed and 1 is probably open box. At $2 a piece though, I think I should do okay. I found this Henkel's knife sharpener. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. It's definitely well built, sturdy. It was $1 and it looks like one sold back in August for about $25 free shipping. That's pretty much all I found over at the More Than a Thrift today. That was actually a decent haul for the More Than a Thrift. You guys know I don't find a whole lot there, so it's always fun to find something. So after that, I shot over to the local dump. One of the cool things that I found over the dump today was this Mac MagSafe 60-watt charger, and I was so happy that I found this because a couple of weeks ago, I went to go visit my friend Jim, and he gave me this free MacBook. And unfortunately there was no power cable, but this actually powers it on, and I found out that it actually does work, so that's a plus for sure. I was actually going to have to buy a charger, but since I found one for free at the dump, I have been saved. It looks like when I'm ready to sell that plug, I can sell it for about $15 to $20, free shipping. I found this bottle of perfume over there today. It's called Bermudiana. And it looks like in brand new condition, they sell for about $45 to $50 free shipping. This is a little over half full. I'm probably going to ask $25 plus shipping for this. I also found this vintage Sears Craftsman 8-inch molding guard. I'm going to have to sell this as pre-owned, but it looks like they're selling for around $20 with free shipping. I found this Infralume model number 3010 over there today. It doesn't look like they sell for a whole lot of money. I might be able to get about $10 plus shipping for it. And the last thing I found over there today at the dump was this Star Wars puzzle. It's still sealed in the original packaging. I think I saw one recently sell for about $19 plus shipping. So I'm probably just going to throw mine up there for like $18.95 plus shipping and see what happens. So I believe that's pretty much everything that I found today. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest day, but it definitely wasn't the worst either. I did find a couple of nice things. Some of these items are a little bit maybe-ish. We'll just have to see. I'm definitely going to stay home tomorrow, and I'm going to try to start listing some items. I haven't listed much in the last couple of days. If you guys can see, I've got that huge stack of books behind me that still needs to be listed, so I'm definitely going to work on that tomorrow. The only thing that I sold today were some Keurig parts. These things have been listed for over a year, and they finally sold for $8 free shipping. There was a time, probably a few years ago, when I used to sell the heck out of Keurig parts, but today they're almost worthless. So these days, I only pick them up if I can get them really, really cheap or free. And when I say really cheap, I'm talking like $3 or less. And then I did sell a set of Ronco Rotisserie wheels. These have actually been listed since March. These are another thing that used to do really, really well for me, but now they don't do well at all. And they definitely don't sell for as much. So that's why if I do get them, I have to get them for either free or next to free. But anyway, my friends, I think I'm going to wrap it up for now. I had a great day. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.